gave us like 10-second notice, Steve. You don't have the ticker anywhere.
Oh, I did.
Fair.
It's okay. It's on the virtual stream.
Not on this page.
Hey.
Oh, hey, what do you know? We're live. Oh,
welcome. Cold start.
I gotta find my stuff.
Yeah, welcome to Co-op Chat. This is our live chat where we talk about various board game topics, generally the cooperative focus. So welcome to the insanity, as you can tell.
We are ready for sanity.
Hey, how's it going, Steph? Nice to see you here. Hey, Judd. Nice to see you. Good morning. Good morning. So, okay. Hey, Mike. How's it going? So this is going to be more of a freeform one. I kind of wanted to change it up a little bit. And we're just going to cover games we've recently played and kind of just have more of an open discussion about it. So you guys have any questions on any of the games we're talking about, thoughts, opinions, or whatever you want to hear about, let us know. So, but we're going to dive into a bunch of stuff that we covered. So,
bunches.
Okay.
Okay. It's like I haven't seen you guys.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been 8 hours.
There's a song like that. It's been a while.
How come all my videos froze for you guys?
I don't know that band or that
now
song.
you have to sing the whole song.
No, I don't even know it, man. It's not really a group that I enjoy. I'm a punk rocker, remember?
Okay, let's see. First one I'll talk about
is not punk rock music.
No, not punk rock music. Marvel Dagger. So I've been playing this one a lot more. By the way, coming stuff off stream, so you guys hear some new stuff potentially.
Yes.
So I've been playing this one a lot more with my son. One thing I've been noticing about it was interesting because the stream I did, the game wound up being pretty bad from an outcome perspective. I don't say bad as in like the game was bad, but like just bad outcome. Like we struggled to win in that one. But a lot of my games off stream, usually we've been doing pretty well. Not always, but usually. And so I know Mike was talking about this, how the game felt. He used the term swingy in that sense. And I'm seeing a little bit of that, but I'm not sure exactly why that is. I need to like play more to try and nail that down. But we're having fun with this one. I did wind up doing a house rule for that we kind of like.
Did you say a couch rule?
Yes, a couch rule. A house rule.
A house rule. I was gonna say, is that a new type of rule?
No. I like to change rules to see what happens in games. And this one, so let me
turn my volume up. Okay,
the rule for this game is when your hero dies, you flip it over to the other side and play that one. And we decide to just play the same hero the entire time. So we still die and things still happen, but we flip it over. We don't flip over, and that wound up pretty fun. My son actually preferred that way because one big thing about this game is you get to unlock special equipment or special abilities, and if you die, the special ability kind of goes away. It's kind of a bummer. So he liked that way a lot more. It was kind of fun. I enjoyed it. So.
Why is there a train in the background? Am I the only one?
It's not a train. It's nothing that you're doing, Steve. It's right now is the time that the lawn maintenance people for the neighborhood have decided to drive by right outside my window. Thank you, because no one is asleep at this time on a Saturday morning, right? So, what best way to do it than
Perfect timing
and derail this entire conversation by driving right by my window. Thank you so much, lawn maintenance.
You're the guy in my neighborhood who decides to mow his lawn at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, nobody is awake, dude. Got time. We got our next topic for next week. It's why is Derrick, Steve, and Bairnt so awesome? It's our topic next week.
Oh, no. Hey, Frederick, nice to see you from Sweden. Welcome.
Sweden. My name is from Sweden and Germany.
See, Dan here, he says, Derrick looking studly, Bairnt in the basement looking squirrely, and Steve has a scruff back. Yes, I scruffed him back already. So
squirrely, all right. I gotta get my squirrels in right now because I gotta go sit at a swim meet for like 6 hours here soon. strong sport for my kids.
Cool.
This guy's still here. Won't leave. Nope. Just doing circles on the lawn. So don't pick me next.
Yeah, from the outside.
Don't pick me next. I'm just gonna mute till he leaves.
Next. Well, with that being said, Steve, what other games we got there?
We got lots to talk about. Let's jump over to one both of you have played, one I wanted to play, Orquest.
Kenzie said to skip him.
Well, you can talk about Bairnt, right?
Oh, I can. This is great. I played this game. This game's fun. This game's Orquest. You're an orc group, and you are stealthy as orcs can be. And then you fight and kill things. Some of the things I enjoy about this game is the fact that you're leveling up on the fly. I think that's pretty cool. And that you're upgrading your weapons on the fly. I think that's pretty neat. I have heard of balance issues near the end. I haven't gotten there. I've only gotten to mission 3, which is coming soon. And there's a lot of different characters you can play too. I just played the base characters, but there are a ton of characters in this game. So you can really, it kind of reminds me of a sword and sorcery with a little bit of stealth in it. When it comes to like what you do, except for the dice are really just the dice are you roll to see if you do damage. Of course, it's based on their armor and your dice rolls and things of that nature. So overall, I enjoy this game so far.
And this one you have to play with 4 characters though, right? Doesn't matter how many players play the game, it's always 4 characters.
Correct.
Okay.
Fun game.
Derrick's trying to talk without talking.
You have to remember the reason they do that is, of course, I mean, like, even though I said there's some balance issues near the end, it's due to balance. I mean, you have to like if you try. I mean, I know a lot of games figure out a way to make it so there's only like certain stuff happening, certain things, but a lot of the times it has to do with because you're populating rooms, and I think it'd be hard to figure out how to populate them based on player count, as opposed to just okay, you got your 4 guys, 2 guys are in this room, got to take them out. Okay, you're going to the next room, it's got 3 guys and got to populate them. Don't forget about those patrols. Those patrols are brutal, by the way. Watch out for them. They can, what we call in the game board gaming industry, they can do what's called ruining your day. That's what they do.
This sounds like something I would like a lot.
I think
I plan to bring this to the next Gamepalooza.
Cool.
For you all to play. I should have brought it to the first one. I didn't. My brain was wonky, so I'll bring it to the next one, and you can give it a whirl. I'll probably leave it if you love it, and y'all can run some on the channel, and then I can continue mine later.
Or else there's waiting on the shelf for him. Yeah, because we played SAS Rogue Regiment, which had some fun patrol systems going on. I like that one quite a bit. And there's a pseudo patrol like V Sabotage, but not quite the same approach, I think. So those are really fun when you got those patrols walking around. You have to try to manage and avoid them. I enjoy that quite a bit.
And the good thing is the patrols are kind of random too. It's not always like, okay, so I can plan this because this patrol will probably go this far, or this patrol will do this. No, there's a random set of elements that the patrol has. Like mine decide to open a door and run in and attack me. I'm like, really? And then other times like they speed up or slow down. So you can't really always base it on there. And I think that's one of the allures of this game is just the orcish chaotic nature of the game still makes it a ton of fun. Mm-hmm. So no matter it's all about your best laid plans going haywire because of something that's happened in the game, and so then you got to adapt and
yeah, great. Judd asked the question, how good are the miniatures for painting? They're standard minis. With minis, I guess there's this weird amalgam of kind of saying, okay, well, what's top tier? I guess the question would come kind of what's top tier minis. It would be Oathsworn minis are top tier.
I would say GW, Oathsworn, and Kingdom Death.
And Kingdom Death are top tier. Where this falls in is probably slightly above the command. slightly above the command minis. I
would say very close to sword and sorcery type quality.
Yeah, that's fair. Very close to sword and sorcery style.
Yeah. Very. You can. I mean, it's their. What do you call them? Oh my god. Yeah, like them.
Are you buffering?
I buffer all the time. It's amazing. Okay, so yeah, no, I'm done.
Okay, Mike has a comment, and I'll switch to this topic because Mike just brought it up. So, I've been playing Voidfall, and apparently Mike's been playing Voidfall a lot as well, 3 times with Egwin. One with Egwin. Oh, the one we played. That's awesome.
I got 3 polos from Steve playing Voidfall once.
Yep. I've been playing this one a lot. It's I'm actually really enjoying it quite a bit. It's not for everyone though. Like before we started the stream, I'm like, you can play this one, Bairnt. You probably enjoy it, but it's not your game.
Nope. I like 4X games about as much as Kenji likes stealth games. We already established that.
Yes.
I love stealth games. What are you talking about?
Oh my
So
God.
does that mean you like 4X games? Is that what you're saying?
I did not run a single 4X game. I think every 4X game I ever got into this house has gone right back out of that house. Uprising, I think, was one that came in and went out. Boop, boop.
Yep.
But I need to get back to it. See, Colin has it. He really likes it. And I need to get back. I got to try it again.
Yeah, we've been talking about that. I'm going to talk about later, a little bit later today too, because I've been playing that as well. I'm on 4X binge
Yeah, what do
lately.
you love about Voidfall? Like, what do you love, not love, or is that safe for another video?
I think the Fall of Voids.
Fall of Voids, yeah. No, I am going to be posting a review of this next week for sure. So, and that's I actually have it set up on the table now. Kim and I are going to play through one more time before I assemble the review for it. But actually, one con here, Mike's got a call out here. Once it's on the table, you don't want to pack it away, which is it's true. The setup is a lot, so it's like one of those games you'll just keep. At least that's what I found for myself. I kept playing because it's already on the table. It's annoying to put away and take out a lot. Setup is definitely a con. Table space also is a big con for this one. It takes a lot of space, but what's fun about it, it is that space house civilization type feeling for it, right? Where if I want to build up my economy, try to go for some victory on that front, I could go that way. Combat is entirely deterministic, which is kind of interesting. It makes it so it's pretty fast. Usually I can just like mentally process my mind and just set up the end result. I don't have to like move pieces around. It's just like, okay, I know I'm going to lose this one. I'm going to win this combat. Here's the end result. Update it. Fine. Move on. So it makes that part pretty quick. But the meat of the game is the interaction. And I say interaction not necessarily between players, but interaction between all the game elements, because every decision you make affects like 5 different other things. And so you're trying to figure out, like, is this the best decision to make right now? Because if I do this thing, it's going to increase my population, which is going to give me a lot more stuff, but then I have to lose military support, and I'm going to be less capable of conquesting the next area I want, or whatever it is. So, but there's a wide variety of houses that have a lot of differences in them. I don't know. It's just it's a fun game for sure. Now, I have house rules for this one as well. So they improved the setup for it, because there's one aspect of the setup that just drives me nuts, where you have to like fetch a bunch of different tech. Because I think the setup or the storage solution for this is competitive focus, because this is competitive, co-op, or solo, and I'm only gonna play as co-op or solo. And so I've got some tweaks to the rules. It keeps them almost the same, but it improves that aspect of it. So, but yeah, Mike loves this one. It's this one's getting a lot of love.
Is that what he does? He loves this one? That's what he meant by that comment? Totally kidding.
Exactly. I didn't know you hated this one, Mike. No, I was kidding.
the typical Mind Clash games are usually table beasts. I mean, that's just how they operate. Perseverance was a table beast, so it's you kind of know what you get into when you do it. But people who love Mind Clash, I've heard many of them say this is the best game that they've made thus far. So it's got some back into it.
I think I've only played Anachrony. They did Anachrony, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I played Anachrony and this one. I don't think I've played any others from them. Mostly because I don't think they do co-ops.
Mind Clash. They've done Anachrony, which are time traveling. Mm-hmm. They've done Septima. They've done
Tricarion, right?
They which one?
Tricarion, is that them too?
Tricarion. Yeah,
Okay.
they've done Tricarion. They've done Perseverance, and they've done what's the witchcraft one? I forgot what it's called. It's not called witchcraft.
Yeah.
It's got a different name, but they've done that one as well. And they have a lighter one that they're bringing out where you're doing constellations, star constellations. That's supposed to be a lot lighter. But they've released a lot. Cerebria, they've done
There
that
it
one
is. Snow's
too.
got it.
So there's a lot of different ones that they've done, but all of them have that theme of like very immersive, deep, type of thing, very deterministic.
I don't think I played any of their games.
Astral, that's the other one, Astral. So, but yeah, if I don't know if it's kind of, a lot of them are kind of that 4X-ish feel, or one of 3X-ish feel, or however you're going to do it, but they're all solid games. I think Mind Clash is one of those top tier companies when it comes to the Euro style play, and especially since a lot of their solo modes are made by David Turksey, who's like the Euro solo king, basically. So it's definitely worth checking out for people who like that style of game, for sure.
Okay. So I will probably never see any of their games.
Let's jump over to a much loved game that Derrick's been playing lately. Arkham Horror card game. It's supposed to be circled and done.
Can y'all still hear like the nonsense in the background?
You're good.
Oh my god. Okay. So
Train is past.
He's decided to stop doing circles in the lawn and move on. Yes, Cynthia, Kate, and I just started this. We've been playing through all of the content of Arkham Horror. We've gone through Innsmouth, Edge of the Earth, Scarlet Keys. Don't shake your head at me.
We're doing that game so far.
Innsmouth. Sorry. Innsmouth.
Innsmouth. We're planning out on Tuesday. Hopefully,
and we've gone through some side content. So we're just making our way through all of Arkham together, and we just started Circle Undone. So
are you making your way in the world today?
It takes everything I've got.
Nice.
Taking a break from all my worries sure would help a lot.
It would. That's what our score is for.
So, but we're starting this one out. We just played the prologue, or scenario 0, which was very interesting. It ended the way it did, but we're going to be
play like the very first scenario is like something where you're not actually playing with your deck, you're playing with a
and the characters are supposed to die.
Yeah, I haven't played that one.
So it just goes, how long do you keep them alive? Or keep them alive?
I think Colin did this one fully on the channel.
Yeah, so I'll be going through. We'll be going through this every Sunday, playing through all the different ones.
Nice.
Please don't let Bairnt attempt to pronounce Innsmouth. Too late. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this. It'll be a 3-player game. It's on the channel. So we schedule every Sunday to play, which is fantastic.
I've kind of lost track though. Which cycle is this in the list?
This is cycle number 4, because it's after Path of Carcosa, which is so there's Core, Dunwich, Carcosa, Undone, Forgotten Age, and Edge of the Earth, Scarlet Keys, Feast for Hemlock.
Wow.
Yeah. But this is number 4. Oh no, and the Dream Eaters comes after this one, which is the one we're gonna play after we complete this one.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we're gonna do all Arkham. We're gonna go through it all, and it's amazing. And I don't deck build.
When you go to a different set, you use different investigators and decks.
Yes. And yeah. We have Kate. Kate builds our decks because I am a terrible deck builder.
Oh, I am too. She built my deck too.
And like right now in another game that I'm presently learning, I'm hating life because I can't go somewhere to find somebody that's built a deck that I can use.
And in that game, is it just like a couple things you put together, or do you actually physically have to build the whole deck?
You have to physically build the whole deck.
That's
Which
magic.
game is this?
Well, if you're going to mention it, I'll bring it up at that time.
Oh, okay. If I don't, then let me know.
Yeah, then we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
You can talk to Zach or Colin. All right.
Yes. There you go.
Oh, I don't have the one
Context
prepped,
clues.
but
Context
yes, I can prep
clues.
that one. I know what you're talking about now.
Yep.
Okay, let's moving on one that we've all played.
We're gonna transition
Exactly, to Campfire Chronicles.
I played this game.
I've played this game.
You just played this game.
Yeah, I love this game. This game's fun. It's fun. I played two characters who were not tanky because I want to see the balance of the game. And it's it's very luck based.
Yeah.
Very luck based. Someone was on because I told when I first played, I played Quest 1 and 2 together. And I said one of my concerns, because I can't say it's a pro or con, it's just a concern at this point because I haven't played enough. But one of my concerns was the initiative bag and the potential for me never to take a turn.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a lot of talk about kind of the probability and statistics in that, and it not, you will take a turn. But then I had someone come on and say they played 3-player and they missed 3 rounds, like the monsters just kind of stomped them because they just bad luck drew that it was never their turn.
Mm-hmm.
So the potential of it, the probability of it is there. So the initiative system is but so far that I've been playing, it's been decent. I think it's been fun. Narrative is good. I really like the narrative. I don't like that every card has like I sometimes I just do like the big long foreteller narrative because I love foreteller, but for every card I'm probably not going to say, okay, break immersion to go play audio, so I'll just read it. But other than that, I'm having a good time with it so far. I'm curious to see how it leads, but I still have more plays to put in before I can give my full thoughts on how it is.
Yeah, I have this. I mean, we've talked about this quite a bit, actually. The initiative bag is one of the issues I have with it as well. I've heard that later in the campaign, there's things that help. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Maybe you get more tools to help along that line, but yeah, that's my only big quarrel with this one. I think the way the game presents itself is absolutely fantastic. Because it's like, oh, quest, I grabbed this one book, and everything's in that little book.
Yeah.
It's so easy to put away, pack up. It's very clean. Like if I can open it up, I can basically start playing right away without telling people how to play, because all the rules are right in front of them. It's very simple to get going. You only need to know a couple things, and it's fun.
Yeah, it is. It's a joy. It's very quick to set up. Very, very quick to set up. And that everything is self-contained. So like I said, as I'm going through things and seeing this, I think one of the things that I'm getting used to is the piecemeal rules. That's one of the things I'm getting used to.
Oh,
where it's like, okay, we're gonna have to do something. Here's this new book. Read it.
Yeah. That's yeah. I think that's a lot of people. That's not gonna bother them. For me, that drives me nuts. So that's why I'm like, no, give me one book.
I see. When they got the instruction booklets inside the boxes,
right?
Yeah.
So box 1 is like combat.
Right,
box 2, but you don't. Box 2 is so they're slowly introducing you to the world. But I think like
people like you would rather have the whole rule book in front of them.
I don't mind. I don't mind how they do it. I think it's kind of when you're streaming it, you're like, okay, well, I don't even know what's in these boxes because I'm playing along with everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Is that dude back again? Yep, he's back again. So
okay.
But it's just very like. Okay, so now I have to go through this rule book to figure out how to do this thing to keep playing, since I don't say, okay, well, I'm just going to crack this open, learn how to play it, and then stream it.
All right. Well, there is now. I know you're talking about the bag, but everybody loves it. I do know. I mean, there are characters that start straight out of the gate with you can redraw tokens. There's always those void tokens. You can always stick into the void thing to really give you a good chance at a draw if you need it. So I think overall, Colin and I were going to experiment with the bag a little bit, but we decided not to because it works. We've decided it works. They've put enough in the game where if it's something you really want to not have happen, like the bad guy hitting you, there's ways to make it work.
Are you guys playing 4 characters or 2?
Yes.
4.
We played 4. We've actually stopped playing because now we both own a copy of it and are playing with our families.
Well, I think that's once again one of those things where I said I can't draw an opinion until I play it more.
Yeah.
You do get fate tokens to mitigate some of the dice back, but that is not an ongoing effect, right? There's limitations to it, which is fine. I'm not saying the game isn't balanced. I just have my concern is there because I'm early playing and I see the potential. But I could be completely wrong, and it sorts itself out. I don't know. I just need to play more.
I feel that's how it is. It's going to sort itself out. You're going to have maybe 1 or 2 battles in there where one goes completely your way and the other one goes completely the monster's way. And I think that's just something that's going to fall that way. The game, I believe, is built to fail forward almost all the time. Yeah. So even if you have a bad game where you just like, and you get frustrated, like, man, this thing just keeps stomping. I wish you would stop stomping. Oh, I'm super dead. Whatever. I guess that was one bad game, but out of the like total 20 or something you're going to play, if you have 1, I'm not too worried about it. I think that's fair. You can't, I mean, what do they say? You can't rain all the time, right? That's what they say in The Crow.
You've obviously never seen me roll dice, but sure.
I will mention that the
monsoon,
the targeting system in that game is interesting because there's more nuance than what appears to be. Because if you can like get the target on you and get far enough away, you can completely negate some of the enemy turns, right? Because they can't affect you or get to you.
Yeah,
depending on what they do, of course. So
yeah, if you play strategically, it doesn't matter. Whatever's pulled, you can still mitigate what's happening. So I get it. That's why I said I'll repeat it again. That's why I said I just have concerns, but if they go away as I continue to play, great.
Yeah.
But so far, I'm having fun with it. This game is not. It's not something that I'm like, oh, I'm feeling beat down and downtrodden. I think it's just more, okay, I see a potential shortfall. Let's see how they resolve it. And that's it.
Yeah, there's a lot to like about that one for sure. There's a new, smaller game coming out, a more card-based game.
Yeah, Valori's Grotto or something.
Yeah, that one.
Voldemort on wheels?
Yes, that's exactly what it's called. That's exactly what it's called.
You should not be named. Yes, that's coming out pretty soon. So I hopefully will be covering that one as well. So
what? Well, how do we get done cars?
Cards.
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with the card game.
Oh, card game. I thought you said a car game. I'm like, what? Like Burnout?
It's run by Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel.
The family.
That's all you need. You don't need an initiative bag when you've got family.
That's right. That is the quote of the day. Derrick, that was it. That's the quote of the day right there.
Okay, let's move on to... let's move on. I like this game a lot. Let's talk about this one. We have a lot to talk about. We haven't done one of these in a while. Keep the Heroes Out, but boss battles. So this was on Kickstarter. The campaign ended, but you can definitely pledge this one. So this is expansion content to the game Keep the Heroes Out. Keep the Heroes Out is a dungeon defense game, I guess you call it.
Sure.
And so you are playing as the monsters in a dungeon, and the heroes entering the dungeon are actually the bad guys. And so you're trying to stop them from getting your hard-earned loot, because by golly, that's your stuff. So...
Nobody else burned that village but you.
That's right.
I stabbed those peasants fair and square.
So yeah, this is a light deck building involved in it. But very much card play with action economy going on. I enjoy the game quite a bit. I think it's really fun. I think it's like the art is fantastic. It's very cute. You got cutesy art on it, which is amazing. But I had boss battles pulled up here because I played this on stream a couple times with a designer, and we played off the stream with a designer as well. And the new stuff they're adding, I love this. Like, this is a must buy so far from what I could tell. I haven't played the full experience yet, but what he added to the game is amazing. So one of the big things is they added rookies. So one complaint I had about the base game is the difficulty was either like super difficult or like super easy. There's like there's no way to find that sweet spot for you. And now what they're adding is these rookies, which are like heroes in training, squires, Wookiees. Yes.
I actually heard him say rookies this time. I actually was the one I heard that.
We got some Chewbacca in here, and no, I'm just kidding.
That's right.
But this one, and so they're in training, so when they come up, it makes the game a lot easier because there's only one that pops up as opposed to two, and they also give you stuff when you take them out. So, and you can adjust how many are in the deck that can really affect the game quite a bit. The other one is now changing the game into a boss battler, because the original goal of the game was to try to make it through the deck twice, like just outlast the heroes before they take your treasure. Cool. Now is the first wave is normal. The second wave, a boss will spawn and you must defeat the boss before your treasure gets taken. And that additional win condition feels more active, and I really, really liked how that worked.
Man, I thought you were going a different way with that. I thought you were going to be like, it's a reverse boss battler, or like you're the boss. I was like, holy cow.
Well, the funny you say that, because the cool thing about this is when you defeat the boss in the scenario, you get to open up a pack or get cards, let you play as that boss in other games.
Oh, cool.
So it's like, oh, I just defeated the vampire, now I can play as the vampire. So I don't know, it's really cool. There's a lot of nice things going on here. So.
Is the boss a meta built paladin from 5e that just pretty much ruins your day and breaks the game?
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, okay.
No, these bosses are actually monsters. So they're technically...
Really?
Yes. So
I thought they'd be like high-level heroes or something.
No, so it's interesting because the heroes are definitely entering your dungeon, taking your stuff, but these monsters should be on your side. But they aren't, because they are, and there's a portal with them being, basically there's a little bit of mind control or corruption going on. The story will tell you about that as you play through. There's actually a whole backstory to this game as you go through it. But yeah, I won't get into that detail. But you can
solve the game with portals?
There is the portal is where the boss comes out of in this one.
I'll tell you, sometimes using portals can just be a little convenience to make things happen. They could have had something like he wanted your dungeon for himself because he needed a new place because the heroes destroyed his dungeon.
Oh, yeah, there's
that would have been better than, I'm going to step through this portal because I'm corrupted and now I'm going to fight you.
It's not that.
Yeah.
It's not that. There's more to I don't want to say too much because I want people to experience.
Let me call the producer and I'll make him put in the game.
So...
this is how royalty works. You see this? I don't like this. Change it.
Right. You must stop the game from coming out. That's the deal.
No, it's not that, Bairnt. There's a difference, but yes. The real reason to play multi-hand is to play King Slime with Slimes, which we did on stream. That's a pretty fun setup. So there's a lot more complexity. I wouldn't say more, not difficult, but just more complexity with the new factions you can play in this game. And one of them is the King Slime. And so when he gets hit, little slimes will fall off of him. And then someone can actually play as the slimes as well. So they can you can basically spawn their factions for them. And there's a lot of fun interactions you can do between them. Anyway, I love this game. This game's awesome. Boss battles was a really, really fun addition. So,
and they come through portals, so be prepared.
Well, it sounds cool. It sounds like it'll be a good game to add to the collection.
And yes, you can play it with King Slime alone. He's possible. I did ask that, but you don't control the slimes independently. So, but yes, that's a fun one. Really enjoyed this one.
Cool.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's move on to. We talked about that one. Oh, let's talk about one that Bairnt's been playing. I'm kind of interested to hear about this. Escape Mail.
Oh, Escape Mail! I played this game. This was fun. So full disclosure, company sent me this. My wife and I, this is our favorite genre. We play escape games. We played Exit. We played Enigma. We played the other one, Unlock. We love these games. This is like fantastic family fun. Well, actually, it's my wife and I, so I guess we're a family. And we play this game quite a bit. Yep, that's right. Bairnt said it's fun. Sold. We cracked open the first mission, and so what this is there's 12 missions in here. Like, it's an overarching campaign. Can you believe that? It's a puzzle game with an overarching campaign. Pretty awesome. And I believe how it works is you get sent one once a month. Obviously, it must be that way. There's 12 of them, right? And you're going to open the mail and try to figure out how the game progresses. You're basically, you have a long-lost cousin that you don't know about, and he's trying to help decide if you're the one that should have the fortune, and he'll help you find the fortune and things like this through all the puzzles and stuff. You have to be, I guess, smart enough to be able to be part of this. That's the deal. Yep, more than paint dry. That is true. So anyway, so we played the first one. Things I like about it: we were able to complete it without hints. I think that's huge in these kind of games. If you can solve the game without hints, that's fantastic. More often than not, I have played a game like this, any of these kind of games, where you get to a point and you're like, I don't have any idea what's going on. What am I supposed to be doing next? There is no rhyme or reason as to how any of this fits together. And then you have to look up a clue and you're like, really? I had to go grab an old sock and put it on my face in order to make this thing work? That's ridiculous. Like, something that would be completely obscure that doesn't really feel like it would have fit the game is something you have to do in order to get to the next part. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even though you have what you have in front of you, just wouldn't have lined up. It's like, oh, so the compass I have is supposed to go with the caterpillar. Got it. Because that's something that would have normally been real. But everything in this game, we were able to solve on our own. Yes, it still took some time. We were still challenged, and that's why I think that's one of the reasons I really liked it, is we were challenged, but still able to get through it. Now, of course, we only played the first one, but we'll see what the other 11 have in store for us. But
did they all come in that small foam box?
Yeah. All came in one box, and you can buy the entire season. They have a standard difficulty, and they have a hard mode if you're interested. The standard difficulty, the difference is one card. And the card that you get in there has like what you need to do in order to complete this game. Like and I will tell you that you do have to cut things out and stuff in the game. Now, the first one we did have to cut things out and do things in the game, but I could still pass that on. There was nothing that I did to the game, to that first envelope itself, to prevent somebody from being able to play it because they'd already have inside information because of what I've done to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, like an exit game, you cut the crap out of it, you glue it to like your neighbor's forehead, and then all of a sudden you got to throw the whole thing in the garbage, right?
Wow.
That's how you play these games.
That's all I know. Do that, or I do it to the lawn service. One of the two when they come by.
That was excellent.
As opposed to like the unlocks, where when you're done playing that game, you can physically take that game and give it to somebody because you don't actually do anything to the game. Now, of course, like I said, we only played the first one. I know that I'm going to be putting out a video showcasing this game, and they did give me the ability for people, if they're interested, to get I think 15% off the game. So when that I'm waiting for their okay to launch the video, but once that's on there, you can use the code in there and get some 50% off. And at the time, I haven't gotten a confirm yet. They want to compensate me for using the code. I don't want them to do that, so I'm trying to negotiate that. I don't want any money for people using a code. I just want the code to give more percentage off. I'd see if I can get maybe 20% off if I don't get a compensation. That's my goal. We'll see if it happens. Anyway, this is Escape Mail. This is super fun. We are hoping to do some more of these as soon as we can. And I would say each envelope would take probably about an hour and a half to 2.5 hours to get through, which is fine. And that's usually about a sit down time for a game, usually for us. So I think it's good.
So with this game, is it in a series called Escape Mail, or is it a one-off game called Escape Mail?
Good question. This first season is 12 envelopes, and I think they're already starting a second season. I went to their website just to peek around, and it looks like they're already starting at the next season. Mm-hmm. And I think each year they make a season, and then they package them up and sell them. Now, this is their first one.
But it's all called Escape Mail.
Correct. Right. The entire company is called Escape Mail.
Okay.
You can get these. Like I said, there's a standard and a hard mode, and the standard mode gives you this card that tells you like gives you little pictures of the things you should be working towards. Like it shows like a picture of this part of the game. So, hey, just a heads up, this is the first thing you should be working with. And then it shows like these 3 things next. And it's like, okay, so we have to use all 3 of these things to get something to get to this part. So it kind of gives you an idea of what order you should be working on the parts of the things that are inside the envelope, which I think really helped. I like standard mode because then again, I'm not over like boarded with like 10 pieces of information here. And I'm like, which one am I supposed to be putting together with what? I have no idea what's going on. But if that's the thing that really you like, you can get the expert mode and that won't have that card. So you'll just poop out all this stuff out of the envelope and have to try to figure out what goes with what.
Okay.
Cool. But and don't get me wrong, I love these kind of games and I played a lot of them. This one's really good. I was really excited for this one. I'm excited to see where it goes. Again, like I said, it's like a 12-part story. Like you're in the first envelope, you do meet this JJ guy, and like then it's going to continue from there, and we're going to have to continue moving forward, and more things are going to cover and things. It's kind of neat instead of just like, all right, I'm going to find the sunken treasure of the exit game. Okay, I did it. Done. Throw it away. Next game. Okay, now I'm going to find the Christmas tree that's lost in the woods. Okay, done. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This one has an overarching thing.
Cool. Very cool. And usually when you play these escape room games, it's you and Robin that play them, or is the whole family?
No, usually it's Robin and I. And they say it can be played up to 4. I really think solo.
It's just you two? Okay.
That's really the way. There's just not enough things to be doing to really warrant it to be more than 2 players. Like there's not like there's 32 different things and each person will be working on something to try to get it all together. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just, okay, I've got this piece of paper. Got to figure out what to do with it. And 3 people kind of sit back and go, okay, what do you got to do with it?
That's a good question from Judd here. It says, is it child appropriate?
So far, yes. I've only played the first mission. There was nothing in. There's no swearing, no blood, no sexual innuendos, no anything like no adult content at all.
No innuendos? So it's not like Keeping It Sexy?
Nope, no taxi.
You're welcome, Derrick.
Yep. There's no morning sex.
Let's just get this out the way.
It's very child friendly. It's from a group of guys in Canada. They do have like a little video you can watch right away to kind of give you a heads up as to how to work the game. And they do have a QR code for hints. And in that video, I don't know if this is real, they've even said that you could email them or call them, and they would be more than happy to help you out with anything you have any issues with the game.
Sounds like the old school. Remember what game was that where they had a number that you could call if you were struggling with solving the game?
Ovaltine.
The what?
Ovaltine?
No.
It's a crappy commercial.
No, there used to be a PC game, and I'm trying to remember what it was, but they actually had a hotline number of people who would help answer questions to help you get through those games.
Was it like the Sierra LucasArts stuff that Howard mentioned?
I think so. I know there was one for King's Quest. I know that.
I know King's Quest had
That's
one.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember what there was a game where it was dedicated, where it was like you can call this number and ask questions and people will give you hints.
That's pretty awesome. That's amazing. I guess one more thing about the game is that there's one more thing. Oh, you do need a mobile device, but there's not an app for it. So like there will be stuff like, oh hey, type this website thing in, and then like maybe it'll show you a little video of something.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Like, but there's not an app for it.
You and Robin have played the No Escape games and some of the other ones before, correct? Yes. So what sets this one so far that you've played? What's setting it? What's kind of raising it above those, or is it not?
Oh, the 3 things we like about this more than some of the other ones we played is one, it's an overarching campaign again. So it's like you want to go to the next one to see what's happening. Instead of just, like I said, one and done. Now I don't have to pick this up again I don't have to play the next one. Who cares? I don't even know what, I mean, that was fine. You know what I mean? 2, I think it's the fact that we feel smart. We actually could solve these without needing to call the King's Quest hint line. I think that that's, I think really in these kind of games, that's something that I really look for. I don't consider myself dumb, but I don't consider myself a genius. So this hits a right balance of somebody who's like likes these kind of games, but isn't like overly great at them. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so I think that's a big bonus for us for these games. And yeah, that's that. There was one more. It's small. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Cool.
And actually, I think it was kind of cool that both of us got certain parts. It wasn't just one person was dominating the game. You know what I mean? Like there was parts like I have no idea, and I was like, well, what if we do it like this? I'm like, oh my gosh, you're absolutely right. That's fantastic. And then she's looking at it going, I don't get this at all. I'm like, well, let me see what it is. Oh, I think if we do this, so that's right, that's great. So it's like it really made us both feel really good. We really worked together as a team on this one, as opposed to sometimes one person sits there going like, I don't know any of that because I don't know any math. I don't know how to, like, you know what I mean? It's just not in a area of your expertise, where this one I think fell in all different categories. It really catered to a lot of different like ways of thinking.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
Yep, makes sense.
And like Robin said, you can pass it on, but we've only played the first one, but what we did to the game, we could still pass it on and people would still enjoy it.
Cool.
I mean, but don't pass it on. Go buy your own copy.
I'm gonna jump over to this game, Fire Siege.
So just the opposite of what I was talking about.
What's that?
Just the opposite of what I was talking about.
No, probably something like that. Yeah, Derrick, you played this one with me.
No.
Oh, we played a different one.
No, we played a different one. I've never played this game.
Okay, never mind. I thought you played this one. So this one, I have a video on the channel. It's currently on GameFound. On GameFound. It is a citadel defense game where everyone's playing as centaurs, which is kind of unique. So, yeah, centaurs, and it's got a cool mechanic where it's a little bit like Hanabi from Hanabi, where you're gonna have tiles in front of you. On one side of the tile, there's good effects. On the other side, it's bad. And you draw them randomly out of a bag. And you just put them down. So you see one side of it. And now it's a co-op game where other people at the table can see the sides you don't see. And so you're going to do a little bit of limited communication. You can't say exactly what's on it, but you can say, hey, this is a really good one to pick right now. This one I would avoid, that type of conversation to try to figure out which of these tiles to play. And the tiles give you your actions. And the tiles do everything, which is really nice, because tiles will say, hey, here's the good things I can do. I can move around the board. I can break a wall, because there's like big spiral map board. I can increase our attack strength, potentially, for example. I can move army centaurs that are friendly to us around the board to help us out. Or it could be like, hey, let's spawn a really bad guy. Let's move down on this morale track, which is called, which bad effects can happen, or take extra damage or something like that. And so the cool thing about this is it's basically like the turn structure is really simple. It's play a tile, flip it over, play the other side, next person goes. They do the same thing: pick a tile, play a side, flip over to the other side, next person goes. So there's like no enemy turn. It is built into the player turns, and it feels like there's no downtime, which is really, really cool. I don't know. It's a fun game. I played this one quite a bit. The variety in the centaurs is good for sure. There's some of them that are like specialized in different ways, because there's like nests around the board you can attack. And the whole point of the game is trying to complete goals, and the goals are variable. So you have 3 gold cards, and they provide different number of banners you can achieve. And once you get 6 banners, you win the game. You lose the game if anybody dies, someone reaches the middle, you run out of enemies, and then you move to the end of a bad track. So, yeah, cool game. If you're interested, go check it out. So,
a lot of good horsing around in it.
Not a good horsing around.
You've been waiting the whole time for him to stop.
Oh, it's been in my head. I'm like, what's a good horse joke? What's a good horse joke? What's a good horse joke?
What happened to horse?
I read through 4 ones before I settled on that one. Thank you.
Was one of them the Mr. Ed joke? If they talk, no, not going there. Okay.
Yeah, that's a cool one. So go check that out if you're interested. Let's move on to a massive game that has lots of love. Kingdom Death.
Oh, I'm playing this one. Derrick, you should play this one.
What?
You play this? Have you played this, Derrick?
Oh yes, yeah. I love Kingdom. I love Kingdom Death Monster.
I have really been enjoying the Gambler's Chest. This is what I'm playing. I just finished my next playthrough. I finally had my Smog Singers and my Scout ready, so fully painted on the table, super good. The Smog Singer battle was something I've never experienced before when I played a game like this, so it was super fun to see that, and enough to watch the playthrough to see kind of how it all transpired. I have to admit, I don't know how he does it, but every time I fight a new type of monster, it really feels like a new type of monster in this game, as opposed to most other boss battlers, where sometimes you can kind of feel like, okay, like even in some of the Kings of Kings, like Monster Hunter and Oathsworn, sure, each of the monsters have unique things they do, but overall they still kind of walk up and try to beat you up. You know what I mean? So I thought fighting the Smog Singers was really kind of a unique experience. I thought it was really kind of cool. I can't say enough good things about this game. If you don't know anything about Kingdom Death Monster, other than the fact that you must be living under a rock for the last 12 years
and don't have $10 billion.
It's a boss battler civ builder game, which is absolutely amazing. He incorporates both aspects of the game perfectly. When we start doing our games of the year, this is going to hit top again. I can't not put it there. It's really, the Gambler's Chest has brought so many new things, and I love the fact that you can incorporate each thing into a certain place. You don't have to run all of it. If you don't want to, you can run. I really like this system, so I'm going to add this system with this type of campaign. I like this monster, we're going to use that monster. So it's really cool that it's really not just I have to play this. It's a mix and match to eventually be the kind of game you want it to be. And there's so much content that you can add and subtract from the game. It's absolutely out of control. It's super.
Yeah, I feel that this game is, as Bairnt said, a top tier game, and it's weird that it's a top tier game because it's brutal, right? So it's not only brutal, but it's a boss battler, which a lot of people don't like. But the memories that come off this game are just incredible. I still remember stuff I've done in this game, and I haven't played it in a while. Like the memories that you have as you play, especially with a group of people, they truly stay, and in the best way possible. So if you haven't had a chance to try it and you don't have the money to sink in, and you're just like, hey, I'm not gonna spend thousands of dollars to catch up, there's a mod for it on Tabletop Simulator. Steve, you should try it.
I should try this.
It's fun. It is a lot of fun. I would love to say stay clear, save your money. I'll say save your money and play the mod, but it is a really great game. Top tier for sure.
Like when you're talking about experiences, it kind of reminds me of like when I play Dungeons and Dragons. Every once in a while, you have that thing that your friends keep talking about for years.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe we did this thing. Like, oh yeah, that was so funny. Oh my gosh, and that it's hard. I really think it's sometimes hard to find those moments in games. But I think a lot of the top tier games have that aspect.
Yeah.
I mean, still, nothing's going to come. 30 years from now, I'm going to ask Derrick if it's okay if I throw a grenade in this room. What would happen? I mean,
hypothetically.
So what if I were selling these games that are top tier? You get these moments where you're sitting around a table with friends and enjoing it. And I don't know what it is, but maybe that's why I gravitate towards these kind of games, as opposed to I've never really been a big. I don't be wrong, I will play any game that's out there, but when I play Euro games, it really feels like I'm just kind of doing it to do it. You know what I mean? Sure. And I'm enjoying the company to play it, but I don't ever get that like moment where I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, remember like when I grabbed like 13 cubes in this game and put them on the board?
It could be. I'm not saying that stuff doesn't exist. I'm saying like it could be innate to the co-op versus competitive experience, and Euros tend to lean towards the competitive experience.
Yes,
I think you might be right more on that than I am when it comes to the type of game it is.
Yeah, the game that I know that y'all will build a memory on, if you and Colin play it, and please play it if you can, is Frostpunk.
Oh yeah, where he's got the game.
Y'all need to play that together. It is.
I need to steal it from him. Maybe I'll steal. I'm going to his house on Sunday. Maybe I'll steal it from him so I can learn it, and then he'll come over and play it, and then he'll take the rule book from me and read it because he doesn't trust me that I'm going to play it.
Yeah, it's but it's a game that demands that if you play co-op, you have to play co-op.
How long does that game usually last? Like,
depends on how long you live. It's all dependent on you. I'd probably say the shortest game is probably about 30 minutes. The longest game might be an hour and a half.
Oh, okay. Because we're doing another Monday stream in a couple weeks, and we're thinking of a game for it. So maybe I might steal that from him, learn it, and then we can play that on Monday.
Yeah, it shouldn't go. The scenarios are there's not a continued on like long campaign. Right. There can be if you want, but it's all one-off scenarios.
And I think he's ready for this kind of game again because I broke him, so he's ready for it. After Oathsworn, he has officially been broken. He's okay with the. I think we just stabbed the guy.
What's the thing that he does?
Oh yeah. Tickle him a little bit. Tickle. He says he's never going to do that again.
It's captured in YouTube history. He doesn't have to.
It's unbelievable. The fact that he was going to tickle it on the top, like get you with the bottom. What? It had to be the greatest colonism of all time.
Oh my gosh. No, but I would probably say like I think that memory can exist with Frostpunk, but it has to be multiplayer. It has to be. It can't be solo.
We played this one, Derrick.
Yeah,
one time.
Yeah,
it was fun. I liked it a lot actually.
Kingdom Death. I want to play that with you and Kim, like the three of us play it. I really do. But I know that
player count on that 4.
4 players. Yeah. 4 players max. Yeah. Everybody's doing something.
Everybody does do something. Okay.
Yeah, and you have to talk to each other. You can't just say you can do the, you know what, I'm just gonna do this, whatever. But immediately after you do that, the chain happens and then your turn ends and then it's the next player's turn. So it's very quick turns that happen. It doesn't last long.
Yep.
Nice. So maybe we'll be playing that in a couple weeks here.
Sweet.
Oh, Kim said sure. Yeah, I'll bring it. We'll play. We'll get some child labor going.
See if I can convince Colin of that if I broke him enough.
Okay, cool. We got I think 2 more games to talk about. And then
yeah, Kingdom Death's great.
Uprising, Curse of the Last Emperor. I've been playing this one a lot. And it'll be coming to the channel probably not next week, but the week after. Hitting the channel. So this is another massive 4X co-op game. I like this one a lot.
I'm willing to give it a try, Steve. I'm willing to, but only like when I come there next, I'm willing to give it a try.
Okay. Yeah, this one's different than normal 4X games, I'd say, because it's much more fantasy based. You go on quests and you get loot and items and stuff like that. You still have armies you move around the board, of course.
And then you roll dice and you go in a downward spiral and the game's over.
Yes, that is definitely a thing that can happen. But with the new stuff,
that's what will happen to Derrick. Spoiler alert.
But no, that's definitely happened. The new content though has helped a ton on that front because
that's one of the reasons I want to try it again is because I've heard the new content kind of really gives it more to casual gamers as opposed to hardcore 4X gamers.
Yes.
So when we talk about new content, is this stuff that you have, Steve, like the new whatever this new content is that solves this, or is this something that's coming out soon?
Nope. This is it was Titan. I can't think of the name of the expansion. Something Titans.
Okay.
And what they did is there's these druids in the game which are, you can think of them as just people around the world that just druids. Like the population. And in the original game, when you're in combat, you roll this lightning bolt, you can trigger one of their abilities.
Okay.
In the new version, they have these what they're calling advanced druids, which you still have the same effect where you can roll the dice, get lightning bolt, trigger their abilities, which are always good. But they also have what's called Aether. Aether is a resource that they will build up on the druids, and you can use the Aether to force their ability to happen, which is very, very useful, or reroll dice, and that's the big one. There is no dice mitigation at all. I shouldn't say that. There's very, very little dice mitigation, depending on what faction you choose, in the base game, and now this adds it to the whole game. And there's another thing added too with blessings, which are a way of getting a very powerful reward when you take out some bad guys, or you can get one automatically every round, depending on how you want to play it. That makes the game a lot easier as well. Because I think the game is tuned to be very punishing. Speaking of like Kingdom Death, where
Is it punishing for the sake of punishment, or does it have a purpose?
Yes. It
Like
punishes you and steps on you and crushes your soul into the ground.
like Kingdom Death's one, it's a punishment, but it's not for the sake of punishing you. It actually makes sense why you're being pummeled into the dirt.
No, this is that way too. Well, and there's ways of avoiding it too, because like if a really bad guy pops up, you could put them on the board in such a way where the cool thing about this is there's two enemy factions in the game, and they don't like each other. They will fight each other. So you can sit there and like, okay, I don't want to deal with that guy. I'll have the other enemy faction fight them, and they'll destroy each other, which is great. Except for the fact that in this game, it's a victory point system. The bad guys will get more victory points. So you are trading one of the factions getting victory points for not dealing with this bad thing. So, but it is a lot of fun. I really, really like this game a lot. There's a lot to explore in it. A lot of combos to build up.
Yeah, one of the things I didn't like about it, I would like to play this with 4 players, because I didn't like the fact that the first and second players started on the absolute opposite ends of the board. And in order to really cooperate, you have to be in the same square. And so you'd have to pretty much march your guys together in order to be able to work together. Otherwise, it really just felt like I was playing, I wouldn't say a competitive game, but I was just kind of playing my own game while Colin was playing his own game over on his side.
Until y'all ran into each other.
Yeah, but the 4-player, you got them on all 4 sides. So within about a turn or two, you could be touching another person and hopefully being able to help each other out.
So there are seaports in the game, which lets you teleport, basically. So that's
it alleviated this issue I've had as well. Good.
Yep, seaports lets you teleport, and then the big one that I love is each faction you choose has different leaders, and the leaders come with starting ability cards. There is if you get the ally pack, you get a 3rd starting ability card, and that is a cooperative ability. So right out the gate, first turn, you have a cooperative ability to affect other people in the game.
Perfect. See, these are the things I wish would have been in the base game, because maybe I would have kept the base game to be able to add to the second edition when they actually messaged me and said, "Hey, would you like to try out the second one?" I said, "I don't have time."
Yeah, and that's kind of where like
the first one felt bad.
I enjoyed the base, but the new stuff
it fixes up a lot. Yeah. I'll give it a shot. I got 2 hours to burn.
I might be playing this next Monday. No, I'm kidding.
Now big con on this one. It's every game now. It's a long game.
Yeah.
So it takes a while to play. You can definitely play shorter versions of it, but it's the best experience is definitely the full 4 chapters. So
you can either do 2 chapters or 4 chapters, right?
2, 3, or 4. Yep.
3 or 4.
Yep.
I only ever made it to 2.
Yogi, okay, we can start now. Let's start all over. Here we go, Yogi.
All right, let's wheel it back.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I didn't prep this. I know there's one more game that Derrick want to talk about. Let me prep that up real quick, and that is going to be Earthborn Rangers.
Earthborn Rangers.
Is it sad that I kept messaging Colin and said, "So, have you had a chance to try Airborne Rangers yet?"
Airborne.
When he messaged me back, he's like, "You mean Earthborn Rangers?" Yeah, I had that. I played it. I'm like, "Oh, it's Earthborn Rangers."
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's probably an Airborne Rangers.
Are the cards edible? No. So I have that game presently. I am learning how to play it. Zach is going to from Locator Gaming, so you could check his stuff out. He's an amazing content creator. Yes. So he is going to be helping me with learning how to play it as well. He's got videos. Colin did a video of it as well. With Colin and voiceover. So y'all can check those out. But it's cool. It's one of those games that it's not about hunting things, killing things. It's more of an exploratory story-based narrative. They try to mitigate when they call it's not even called combat, right? It's just kind of you're getting something, moving something out of your way, or trying to make things, you're just exploring a world that a civilization's lived in and they're no longer there, and you're just kind of seeing how that shakes out. It's a pretty game. The art on it is just straight beautiful. I I still have my top tier art one, which is Killforth, but this is darn close. It's like a really beautifully crafted art game. The cards and I'll pull a card out and just kind of hold that up if y'all can see it. But the cards and of themselves, ooh, it's super blurry. Come on, focus on my hand. You can do it. You can do it.
No.
There we go.
Oh, there you go.
So, but the cards are like really well laid out, so things make sense how they align themselves. And it's a pretty decent game. It's also a deck builder, or a deck construction game. Let me say it, not deck builder, a deck construction game where you have your personality, you have what you were doing before you became a ranger, and then you have your ranger trait. And from those selections, it's not like you get everything. You have to make choices at each of those pieces to build up this 30 card deck that you're going to play.
Is it 10, 10, and 10, or can you build like 15, 5, and 10? Or
no, it's 5, 5, and
20?
Yeah, and whatever it comes with. But each card is they have double. So it's not 10, 10, and 10. It's like 10, 10, and something. I can't remember what the last number is, but it's really well done. The thing is, I suck at deck building, and I'm sad that I can't go to a site like Arkham CDB or Marvel CDB to just say, hey, people who are actually good at this, I want to play this class. How can I build my deck? But
the good news, if you want Zach's deck, he actually went through every card he had in his deck to kind of explain.
And that's why he said he was going to help me deck build what I want as well. It's a very nice game to play. Different mechanics. How it plays and how you use the energy to build things are very like you run into obstacles. You have to. It's borrowed a lot from Lord of the Rings, the card game. It borrowed a lot from it. Traveling to a location, Lord of the Rings, like how you have to. I forgot what they called in Lord of the Rings, but it's traveling and exploring that you have to traverse to a location.
Yeah.
Enemies are in let's use the Lord of the Rings terminology, in the shadows or in combat with you. So they're like kind of in this space that's in location where they are just around the environment or they're engaged with you. Whenever you take damage, like you have a fatigue deck that basically says once your deck burns out completely, your day ends. You can't die in the game. Your day just ends, right? So it's like you fall unconscious or you're exhausted. So and the game runs 30 days. So it's basically do as much quests as you can, look around the environment as much as you can, and on day 30, this is your story. There's no campaign. It's just you wandering around seeing different things, and there's branching narratives. There's characters that you can interact with that are encounter cards that you chat with, or path cards, they don't want to call it encounter, that you can encounter and talk to. There's locations that you can like get narrative for. So it's like this holistic experience of just enjoying it. So it's nice, and once the day ends, you're done. You move on to the next day. There are weather cards that I don't know if that's in Lord of the Rings or not, but there are weather cards that impact the things you do. It's cool. I like it.
Yogi's got a question about leveling up in that. Do you level up in that game?
I don't know yet. I'm still learning. So I don't know how far that goes. I've read past through the first day, so I'm trying to learn how that goes. But the weather just kind of like, I feel like there is a construction update aspect. Oh, there is. Yes, you do level up. Now that I think about it, because I sleeved that whole set of cards. You find rewards in this, so it's not leveling up, more that you find rewards, and those rewards can be like you can customize your deck with those rewards, but you can only have 30 cards in your deck. So that means something's got to go if you're going to put this reward in. So you can build with it. So there is leveling up-ish, but you're replacing cards with what's in there. But so far, I like the theme. when I played it the first time, I didn't fully grasp what I was doing, so it felt weird to just say, okay, I could just play this one card and then I got nothing else I can do. And I think that this game really shines between solo and 2-player.
Yeah.
Like, I think anything higher will make it kind of a little bit much.
Yes, Yogi, Boons is the perfect analogy to that one. Though Boons are replace cards. Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay. But if you've played Lord of the Rings, you will see a lot of Lord of the Rings in this game. I guess in Lord of the Rings, once again, Steve, you're the pro on this, and you too, Bairnt, so y'all have to tell me. But you get these cards, which are cards. These are like, you get to pick one of these types, and these are cards that determine how much you can put towards a test, right? So you'll start off with 2 fitness, 1 awareness, and you get to spend those to build out to basically build out your deck. And there's limitations on how you can build out your deck when you're starting. So it's, like I said, I'm learning it. It looks pretty cool, but Zach will get me right with the rules, and I need to learn it more.
It's Colin has said that he would love to try this with me, even though he's hesitant about how much of a hit it would be based on the fact that it's not as much combat driven more than it is just exploration.
Yes.
I mean, it feels like Lands of Galzir versus like the Seventh Continent type content.
Right.
Not, I've got to go and take out this guy in his castle or something like this. Or,
yeah. I would not compare this to Arkham Horror at all, because it's different. It is to me. I mean, the only thing that it has in common with Arkham Horror is it's a deck construction game, right?
Yeah.
There is no chaos bag. The determinant for you to say whether you pass or fail a test is you flip a card and it tells you how much to add or subtract. And it's actually sort of deterministic, because after you exceed a certain number, you can't fail. Right. Like, it's impossible for you
to
fail.
Like the shadow cards for Lord of the Rings in that sense.
Yeah. So it's like, if I commit over 4 to a test, I pass, and the test is like a 2, or I commit a 3 to a 1 test, there's nothing that those cards can do to stop me from passing. Yeah. So I feel it has a lot more in common with Lord of the Rings than it does with Arkham.
I agree. And yeah, Yogi, this is something that I was talking with Colin about, actually, because Colin and I love Lord of the Rings living card game. It's one of our favorites. Colin's been enjoying Earthborn, and I played Earthborn, an early version of it, and I didn't have the best of experience. It wasn't like it's a bad experience. It just wasn't the best, and to be fair, it was a very early version of it, right? And I decided at that point to, like, let's set this aside. I'll come back to it later, because I knew at that point a lot was changing. So I wasn't too concerned. But like the bad thing about it was I felt like the special things I added in my deck weren't as impactful as the basic actions I could have done.
That's changed. Yeah, that's changed.
Yes, and that's what I've heard from people. So that's great. But I've also heard from Colin. So because we're comparing this to Lord of the Rings living card game, is don't come into the game thinking it's a living card game.
Right.
Come into it thinking it's a narrative experience.
Yep.
Because I think that's another thing I ran into, because when I first played this, I was thinking Arkham, Lord of the Rings, all these, Champions wasn't out yet. Like, cool, I love LCGs. I'm coming into this LCG mentality, and that's not this game. It has elements of it, but it's not one of those.
Yeah, and I would like to bring, I think once Zach gets me squared away where I fully understand it, I'd like to bring this to a Gamepalooza, and you and I play this as a 2-player experience, because I think this game has you written all over it. Like, I think that you would actually really like this game. You and Kim could play this together, and it would be a fun go, because it's just, there's no goal in the game. There's no goal. Just walk around and build a story. That's it.
I love open world games, so that's like a huge, big plus on this one. The keywords in this game were awesome, and how they interact, like the prey and predator thing, were really cool. So there's a lot I liked about it. I just wanted to come back and revisit later. So I'll definitely want to try it out. So
I plan to learn hopefully sometime next week when Zach has time, and once he gets me squared away, we can plan for next Gamepalooza. I could bring it and we could try it out. But I've watched Colin's playthrough. I've watched Zach's playthrough as well, and it gets me even more excited to be like, I think this is kind of what I feel like I can just sit back and enjoy this one and just play it and have a good time.
Yeah.
So they're coming out with Zach has mentioned, he sent me the link, but they're coming out with a reprint for people who haven't gotten this game before. It's going to add new content as well as give you some more bling if you're interested in picking those things up, but it's also a reprint of the game. So if you didn't get it the first time, it's very hard to find now unless you're, on the off market that charges you, your firstborn. But you won't be able to find this game. So you won't be able to find this game presently right now, especially since it's just delivering. But with this reprint, you should be able to get in on it because they've already made all the components. They'll you should get it in short order and it'll be good.
Yeah, Yogi says some game retail stores backed it, and Snow mentions it won't add new content for people who backed the expansion on the first campaign.
It will, actually. It is on the game file. I know that with what Zach was talking about, that there is new stuff coming, but it's I don't want to spoil too much of that. You'll see when the campaign goes live. Okay. But it goes live in January, but they're adding new stuff. There is new stuff coming.
Cool. Awesome. Well, I think that's going to wrap up this week's chat. We covered a lot of content, a lot of games discussed. So
most of mine were old, though. Sorry.
That's fine. It's good to hear about the old stuff because it's I was talking to Colin about this just this week actually too. It's refreshing to come back to something that's tried and true, right?
Yeah.
And the other thing that's really nice from a content creator standpoint is it's funny. Like I'll post a video of an older game and people are like, "Oh, I've never heard of this," you know, and then Jeremy just had the excitement or interest in it already. So
yeah. There's a game that I want to put on y'all's radar in terms of older. It's not too old, but older game to where. Bairnt especially, I'd like to hear what you think of it. It's called Spire's End.
Oh yeah.
I would love if there was. It's a small box. I say small box about like this.
Don't big, say a small box around. And be like, yeah, totally get that.
It is a small box game. It's a small box game, and it's a narrative story where you just have you have a deck of cards, and as you flip them over, you do stuff. But I would be. I think like. I feel like that would be a Bairnt game. Like you and Robin would enjoy that game a lot.
Are you excited for the
not
new
Hildegard,
one
not Hildegard. The first one, Spire's End. But Hildegard has that same narrative as well. Yeah. But Spire's End's a little bit darker, but a little bit more interesting. The character plays differently, completely different.
Okay.
Are you excited for the new one that's coming up?
Rangataki? Yes, I am.
I can't remember the name. I was just looking it up. Yeah,
it's Rangataki. Yeah, I am very curious as to what Greg's done and how that's played out. So, but yeah, I'm all excited for that. I think I enjoy the series. I remember a lot of people, were like, it's just narrative. I don't care, but I enjoyed it. I thought it
was fun. We played it. It was it was fun.
The Hildegard box was bigger than the Spire's End box. The Spire's End box is like super small. It's not. Okay. It's not big at all.
Cool. Okay. Well, let's wrap this up. Talk about what's coming up on our channels. Derrick, what you got coming up?
You don't want Bairnt to go first?
I'll give him a second to think about it.
No, I could. I am so. Tomorrow is going to be Arkham Horror Circle Undone with Cynthia and Kate. Tuesday, Kinfire. Then it's the U.S. Thanksgiving holiday, so nothing's going to be going on for the rest of the week. Then Sunday, it'll be back to Arkham Horror. But the following week, on Friday is D&D with these two lovely gentlemen playing more Chapter 2 of Shadow Blades. Saturday is going to be the 2,000 sub stream celebration. That's December 2nd. So there'll be giveaways. The link is in that video's description. So if you're interested in getting some free stuff that you'll have to pay shipping for, go ahead and sign up for it. It's in the description of that video to check it out. But I've got something cool that I haven't even told these two about that we'll see that happens during that time, and it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. What about you, Bairnt?
Usually scares me when you say stuff like that. Yesterday was Recordapalooza for me. I actually recorded an unboxing of Core Quest expansions. I did the showcase for Escape Mail. I need to get that video confirmed by the publishers of Escape Mail that they're okay with the video. And then once that's done, I'll post that. Otherwise, I'll be redoing the video. I recorded my next campaign playthrough of Kingdom Death, and I've recorded my next playthrough campaign of Orc Quest, my 3rd chapter. And then Colin has the Lord of the Rings co-op version recorded. That'll be coming soon. He just dropped Earthborn Rangers, like we've been talking about. And then there was something else. Oh, what was it I was going to do? There was something else either coming or I did. And then I think there was something I was going to
Stars
do.
of Cars. Are you thinking that one?
I did that one.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of now. I mean, so the problem is like now with that game, and we talked a little bit about this game as well, Isofarian Guard, like how much we want to get back to it. But now that we know that they did that like update stuff, we really want to get the update stuff to do it. And actually, Colin and I talked about it. We're actually planning to do Stars of Ikarios as our next big campaign once that actually drops. Oh, I'm doing a game with Colin on Tuesday. That's going to be Arkham Horror. So that's what we're going to do.
What cycle?
No.
No.
we're 0 for 2 for winning that in that one. Is that one really that hard, or are we just terrible at playing the game?
It depends on where you are. I don't know where you are in the story. I haven't watched it.
We'll see how it goes. Anyway,
yeah.
So we're playing Arkham Horror together and Tuesday, and I think that's it. And D&D on Friday. Next Friday.
Sure.
December 2nd. Something. We're not doing co-op chat next week, are we doing it, Steve?
No chat next week due to holidays.
Due to holidays. So everybody go out and on Black Friday, find the games that we talked about and pick them up for cheap. You can act, and I will say this, I say it every year, on Black Friday, Kingdom Death actually is on sale. Every Black Friday, Kingdom Death goes on sale, and every Black Friday, they reopen the Pledge Manager, and you can pledge for anything that was part of any previous Kickstarters at that time. Cool. Only for a day.
Cool. Yeah. There should be a lot of board game sales going on Black Friday. So
I've seen quite a few already pop up. So Sword and Sorcery is, I think, on sale, but it's on sale for people who have already. No. V-Sabotage is on sale for people who have already purchased from the store. That's the one, not Sword and Sorcery. V-Sabotage. So
okay, and I saw that there was an update from Blacklist, Steve.
Yeah.
They said that they're committed to delivering the game, didn't they?
What game?
Street Masters.
Oh, really? That's still not delivered? Are you kidding me?
I am of the mindset I'm never going to see it. So if it shows up one day, I'll be happy.
Oh my gosh, I am so sorry you didn't have that. I sold everything I had.
No, he has everything except for the latest. I'll say latest, but the Kickstarter that fell into limbo.
Okay, I felt so bad. It's like, oh no, Steve, I used to have it. I could have just sent it.
No, I have everything but the last stuff they were going to do.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No one. Well, I shouldn't say no one has. I've seen a couple copies. So I know there's copies out there.
People have it. It exists.
It exists. But yeah, I'm not holding my breath on
I
any
got
of
my
that
miniature stuff from them.
So.
Pickle says, "What was that about Sword and Sorcery?"
No. Nothing. I think I got my deals met.
No, it was V-Sabotage. Yeah.
Oh, Chris, you have Tide of the Dragon?
I've been building miniatures.
Let me know if that's the one you have. That's the latest one. I'm really curious. That one has the skyscraper map in it, and you can throw people off the skyscraper. I love that.
Yeah, he said, yeah, he got it.
Yeah. Oh man, it does. Oh. Wow. Okay, there's proof. It does exist.
It does exist. It exists. It's sitting in a warehouse somewhere.
So,
Cool.
yeah, content for on this channel. We will be dropping a Voidfall review next week, and we'll be doing something Monday. I haven't decided what it's going to be yet. So, live game with Kim. And that's probably it, honestly, due to the holiday season. So then the week after that, we'll come back with Uprising. So I plan to bring Uprising to the channel that week.
Cool.
1,000 bucks and it's yours. Thanks,
Wow,
Chris.
that's a lot. A lot. That's a lot.
Okay. Cool. Well, thanks you guys for joining for the chat. It's always a blast talking with you guys.
It sure is. And now we know that Kanji has very well-to-do yard.
No. Oh, because like I live in a townhouse, so it's covered by the HOA. But that also means that any repair that needs to get done will be done at the most inconvenient time.
Yep.
Robin said Derrick. I don't know what happened.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
Probably some comment made. So.
No, did I make a comment?
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Well, thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next time at the guild.
Bye. He told you he is not Kanji. It's Derrick Bairnt. You saw him.
His name's even on the screen. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.
I have failed.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.